In the hustle and chaos of modern life, time often feels like an infinite resource. A well so deep we rarely question its limits, yet the reality is starkly different. Many of us spend hours scrolling through social media, binging television shows, or worrying endlessly about things beyond our control. The familiar refrain of "I'll start tomorrow" echoes in our minds, a comforting but ultimately hollow promise that perpetuates cycles of procrastination and missed opportunities. Stoic philosophy confronts this universal tendency with an unwavering reminder. Time is the most precious asset we have, and once spent, it can never be reclaimed. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in Meditations, "You could leave life right now, let that determine what you do and say and think." His words serve as a wake-up call to the impermanence of our existence and the urgency of using our time wisely. The Stoics believed that recognizing the finite nature of time is the first step toward living a meaningful life. They taught that each day is a gift, a finite opportunity to align our actions with our values. Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, emphasized this point when he said, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself?" In this simple yet profound question lies the essence of Stoic wisdom, the call to action, to live fully in the present moment rather than postponing our lives to an ever-elusive tomorrow. But how can we break free from the traps of distraction and procrastination? The Stoics offer practical guidance that resonates even in today's fast-paced world. 1. Awareness of time's value. The first step is to deeply internalize the value of time. Just as we guard our money and possessions, we must guard our hours and minutes with the same vigilance. Consider the hours lost to mindless activities. Are they aligned with your values and goals? The Stoics urge us to view every moment as an opportunity to grow, to connect, and to contribute meaningfully to our lives and the lives of others. 2. Focus on what you can control. A common source of wasted time is dwelling on external factors beyond our influence, other people's opinions, unforeseen obstacles, or outcomes of uncertain situations. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Instead of allowing external distractions to dictate our energy and attention, we can channel our efforts toward what we can control, our actions, choices, and mindset. 3. Living with intentionality. Living intentionally means prioritizing what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't. The Stoics encourage us to ask ourselves daily, is this essential? By identifying and focusing on our highest priorities, we can cut through the noise of modern life and direct our time toward pursuits that bring fulfillment and purpose. 4. Confronting procrastination. Procrastination is often rooted in fear of failure, fear of imperfection, or fear of the unknown. The Stoics remind us that these fears are illusory and that action is the antidote. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Overcoming procrastination begins with the courage to take the first step, no matter how small. 5. Embracing the present moment. Finally, the Stoics teach us to anchor ourselves in the present. Regretting the past or worrying about the future are futile endeavors that rob us of the only time we truly possess: now. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "Confine yourself to the present." By fully engaging in the moment, we unlock the ability to experience life more deeply and authentically. As we reflect on these timeless lessons, the question arises, what would your life look like if you treated time as your most valuable asset? Imagine a life where every choice, every action, and every interaction is imbued with purpose and clarity. Such a life is not a distant ideal, but a reality within your grasp, waiting to be shaped by the decisions you make today. So, I leave you with this thought. If tomorrow were not guaranteed, what would you choose to do today? Stoic principles for living more effectively, mastering the art of focus and purpose. Stoic wisdom for a fulfilled life. In the noise and rush of daily life, it's all too easy to find ourselves overwhelmed, caught in a web of worries about the opinions of others, regrets about the past, or fears of the uncertain future. These anxieties, so deeply ingrained in human nature, often drain our energy and leave us feeling powerless. But the Stoics, those ancient masters of resilience and clarity, offer a timeless antidote. Focus solely on what you can control. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, captured this wisdom succinctly. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. He reminds us that, while we cannot dictate the outcomes of every situation, we hold full authority over our actions, thoughts, and attitudes. This simple but profound realization is the foundation of Stoic tranquility. Imagine for a moment the freedom that comes from relinquishing your grip on what lies beyond your influence. You cannot control the opinions of others, the roll of the dice, or the turn of fate, but you can control how you respond. By investing your energy where it matters most, you reclaim not just your time, but your peace of mind. The practice of focus, a path to inner strength. To live this principle, the Stoics encourage us to evaluate where we place our attention. Are we fretting over someone's harsh words or obsessing over future possibilities we cannot predict? Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This strength comes from clarity. By identifying what is within our control, we dismantle the illusion of helplessness and replace it with purposeful action. The next time you're consumed by frustration or doubt, ask yourself, is this within my power to change? If the answer is no, let it go. If the answer is yes, then act boldly, knowing you are steering your own course. Living with purpose, the compass to guide your days. While focus keeps us grounded, purpose provides the direction. Yet many of us drift through life without a clear sense of what truly matters. We fill our days with busyness, scrolling through feeds, chasing fleeting approval, or succumbing to the pressure of societal expectations. The result? A life scattered rather than whole. Seneca, a Roman statesman and Stoic philosopher, warned against this aimlessness. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Without a purpose to anchor us, even our best efforts can feel hollow. But how do we find purpose in a world that often pulls us in every direction? The Stoics suggest starting with self-reflection. Ask yourself, what are my core values? What do I want to achieve, not for the applause of others, but for the satisfaction of my own soul? These questions demand honesty, but they also hold the key to transformation. When you align your actions with your values, you bring coherence to your life. Every choice becomes a step toward a meaningful goal, rather than a distraction from it. Practical steps to align focus and purpose. 1. Declutter your mind. Write down your top concerns, then categorize them into what you can control and what you cannot. Commit to releasing the latter. 2. Define your priorities. Reflect on what truly matters. Your health, relationships, passions, or personal growth, let these be your guiding stars. 3. Act with intention. As you move through your day, pause to ask, does this align with my purpose? If the answer is no, redirect your energy. The reward: a life of meaning and mastery. When you combine the Stoic principles of focus and purpose, you cultivate a life that is not just busy, but fulfilled. You wake up each day with clarity, knowing that your actions contribute to something greater. And when challenges arise, as they inevitably will, you meet them with resilience, guided by the knowledge that you are living intentionally. The question now turns to you. What would your life look like if you focused only on what you can control and lived each day with purpose? Take a moment to imagine the possibilities, then begin today with one small, deliberate step. After all, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Cultivating self-discipline and embracing the present. A Stoic blueprint for fulfillment. Life is a constant tug-of-war between what feels good in the moment and what truly matters in the long run. Many of us find ourselves ensnared by procrastination, aimlessly drifting without clear goals, or succumbing to the fleeting pleasures of instant gratification. These patterns steal not only our time, but also our potential for growth and fulfillment. Thou power of self-discipline. For the Stoics, self-discipline was not a burden, but a gateway to freedom. Epictetus declared, "No man is free who is not master of himself." To master oneself is to develop the strength to resist distractions and make choices aligned with long-term values, even when they require effort and sacrifice. Why we waste time. Procrastination. The reluctance to start tasks that require energy or focus. Lack of clear goals. Without a destination, it's easy to wander aimlessly. Temptation of short-term pleasures. Instant rewards like scrolling social media or indulging in unnecessary comforts can easily derail us. Stoic strategies for self-discipline. 1. Eliminate negative habits. The Stoics taught that our habits shape our lives. Identify behaviors that lead to wasted time and replace them with purposeful actions. Start small, perhaps limiting screen time or setting boundaries for distractions, and gradually expand your efforts. 2. Set firm rules for yourself. Discipline thrives on structure. Marcus Aurelius encouraged himself to rise each morning with resolve, reminding himself of his duty to act in service of the greater good. Establish routines that align with your goals and stick to them, even when it feels difficult. 3. Focus on long-term value. Over short-term satisfaction, Seneca wisely observed, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Keep your eyes on the bigger picture. Each moment of effort today builds the foundation for a meaningful tomorrow. The beauty of the present moment. While discipline anchors us to our goals, the ability to embrace the present moment ensures we truly live. Yet, many of us are trapped in the regrets of the past or the uncertainties of the future. This fixation robs us of the joy and clarity that can only be found in the here and now. The reality of a distracted mind, regret for the past, dwelling on mistakes or missed opportunities, keeps us tethered to what we cannot change. Anxiety about the future. Fearing what may come distracts us from taking action in the present. Marcus Aurelius offered timeless advice. Confine yourself to the present. Understand what happens now. Be content with it. Practices to embrace the present one. Cultivate mindfulness. The Stoics were early proponents of mindfulness, even if they didn't use the term. They advocated for awareness of our thoughts and surroundings. Take a few moments each day to pause, breathe, and immerse yourself fully in the present. Notice the sights, sounds, and sensations around you. 2. Savor the moment. Instead of rushing through life, savor what is unfolding. Whether it's a conversation with a loved one, the taste of a meal, or the warmth of the sun, these small moments hold profound value. Bringing it all together. By practicing self-discipline, you gain the ability to shape your life intentionally, avoiding the traps of procrastination and distraction. And by embracing the present, you ensure that life is not merely a series of tasks, but a collection of meaningful experiences. The Stoics believed that these two practices, discipline and mindfulness, are complementary. Together, they allow us to live with both purpose and presence, to pursue our goals without missing the beauty of the journey. So, consider this. What would change if you mastered self-discipline and fully embraced the present? How would it transform the way you approach your days and live your life? The choice, as always, is yours. A. Embracing impermanence. A Stoic. Perspective on change. Life, in its essence, is a continuous flow of change. Every joy, success, sorrow, and loss is temporary, each moment fleeting. While this truth may seem unsettling, the Stoics saw it as a profound source of strength and clarity. Epictetus once remarked, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By understanding and accepting impermanence, we can learn to face life's transitions with grace rather than resistance. Understanding the nature of change. The Stoics believed that impermanence is not a curse, but a fundamental reality of existence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Observe constantly that all things take place by change, and accustom yourself to consider that the nature of the universe loves nothing so much as to change." Recognizing this truth allows us to let go of the illusion of permanence. When we resist change, we create unnecessary suffering. We cling to moments we cannot hold and fear the unknown that lies ahead. Yet, the very fact that things are impermanent gives them value. A fleeting sunset, a shared laugh, or a hard-earned success is precious precisely because it will not last forever. Actions for embracing change. 1. Accept, don't resist. Resistance to change only amplifies our stress and anxiety. Instead, embrace change as an integral part of life. Let go of what no longer serves you and welcome the opportunities that transformation brings. 2. Cherish the present. Understanding impermanence deepens our appreciation for the here and now. When you realize that every moment is unique and temporary, you learn to savor it fully. This perspective reduces worry about the future and regret about the past. By accepting impermanence, you not only reduce stress, but also cultivate a richer, more intentional way of living. So, ask yourself, how would your life change if you embraced impermanence instead of fearing it? The answer may open the door to a life lived with greater freedom and gratitude. 3. Daily practices to optimize time. Building habits, a Stoic framework for a purposeful life. In a world filled with endless distractions and competing demands for our attention, the importance of structure cannot be overstated. The Stoics, masters of self-discipline and clarity, understood the profound power of habits in shaping our lives. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, wrote in Meditations, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I am rising to do the work of a human being.'" This simple call to action reminds us that our daily routines form the foundation of a meaningful life. The significance of clear habits. At its core, a habit is not just a repeated action, but a deliberate practice that aligns with your deeper values and goals. Without structure, our days often slip away, consumed by distractions or reactive tasks. A clear schedule provides the framework for intentional living, helping us avoid wasting time and ensuring that our actions are directed toward what truly matters. Epictetus emphasized, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Habits are the bridge between who you are now and who you aspire to become. Whether you seek to grow intellectually, cultivate physical well-being, or nurture meaningful relationships, your habits will either guide you toward success or steer you off course. How to build habits that support your long-term goals. 1. Start small, but start now. The Stoics believed in taking decisive action. As Seneca wrote, "Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life." Start with a single habit, such as dedicating 15 minutes daily to reading or journaling. Small, consistent steps lead to monumental change over time. 2. Design your day with purpose. Reflect on your long-term goals and structure your habits to support them. For instance, if intellectual growth is a priority, carve out time each day for reading or learning. If physical health matters, schedule regular exercise sessions. Habits tied to clear intentions are more likely to endure. 3. Anchor habits to existing routines. One effective way to build new habits is by linking them to actions you already do. For example, if you drink coffee every morning, use that time to review your goals or plan your day. This method makes new habits easier to integrate into your life. 4th, track and reflect. The Stoics practiced daily reflection as a means of self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius often reviewed his day to assess his actions and align them with his principles. Similarly, you can track your habits to evaluate what's working and make adjustments as needed. 5. Focus on progress, not perfection. The journey to building lasting habits is rarely linear. You may stumble, but the key is to persist. Epictetus reminds us, "No great thing is created suddenly." Celebrate small victories and use setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow. Third, transformation. Through habits, habits are not just about productivity, they are about becoming. Every decision to read, exercise, or spend quality time with loved ones reinforces your identity and aligns your actions with your aspirations. Over time, these small choices compound, creating a life rich with purpose and clarity. Imagine waking up each day knowing exactly what needs to be done and why it matters. Your mornings might begin with a brisk walk or meditation, setting the tone for a focused and intentional day. Afternoons might include dedicated time for learning or creative work. Evenings could be reserved for reflection, gratitude, and meaningful connections. Such a life is not only possible, but entirely within reach. The Stoics teach us that the path to greatness is forged not through grand gestures, but through the quiet discipline of daily habits. A question to reflect on: what would your life look like if every habit you cultivated was a step toward your highest self? This question invites you to pause, evaluate your current routines, and consider the habits that will bring you closer to your goals. Start today, for as the Stoics remind us, tomorrow is never guaranteed. What habit will you choose to build right now? The power of gratitude, a Stoic practice for a fulfilled life. In a world often dominated by noise, competition, and fleeting desires, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. We find ourselves chasing the next accomplishment, worrying about what we lack, or dwelling on what went wrong. Yet, the ancient Stoics remind us that contentment and joy don't come from acquiring more. They stem from appreciating what we already have. Gratitude, they believed, is the key to shifting our focus from scarcity to abundance, from worry to peace. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you do not have, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours." His wisdom urges us to see the riches in our lives that we often overlook, the relationships, opportunities, and even simple comforts that make our existence meaningful. The benefits of gratitude. Gratitude transforms how we perceive and engage with the world. It helps us break free from the cycle of negativity by redirecting our attention to life's inherent blessings. When we practice gratitude, we become more present, more attuned to the beauty of the ordinary, and less consumed by dissatisfaction. The Stoics understood that what we focus on grows. By intentionally recognizing what is good, we reduce the tendency to fixate on what is missing or wrong. This practice doesn't mean ignoring challenges, but rather approaching life with a balanced perspective, where gratitude becomes a source of resilience. Epictetus, a former slave who rose to become one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, put it simply: "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." How to practice gratitude. Daily. 1. The Gratitude Journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. These don't have to be grand or life-changing. It could be as simple as the warmth of the sun on your skin, a kind word from a friend, or a meal shared with family. This practice shifts your perspective, training your mind to notice the positive amidst life's challenges. 2. Reflect on loss. Imagine losing something you cherish, a loved one, your health, or a daily comfort. This Stoic exercise, known as negative visualization, helps you appreciate what you have by imagining its absence. 3. Express gratitude to others. Take time to thank those who enrich your life. A heartfelt expression of gratitude not only deepens your relationships, but also reinforces your sense of interconnectedness. Pause and notice. Throughout the day, pause to acknowledge moments of beauty or kindness, a blooming flower, a stranger's smile, or the sound of laughter. These small acts of mindfulness cultivate a habit of gratitude. Third, transformative power of gratitude. When you embrace gratitude as a daily practice, it shifts more than just your mindset. It changes how you live. You become less reactive to external circumstances, more attuned to the present, and more grounded in what truly matters. Gratitude fosters a sense of abundance, helping you see that, regardless of life's ups and downs, there is always something to appreciate. Imagine beginning each day not with worry or complaints, but with a quiet acknowledgement: of life's gifts. Picture ending each evening by reflecting on moments that brought you joy or peace. This simple habit, though small, ripples through your life, creating a foundation of contentment and resilience. An invitation to reflect. Marcus Aurelius once asked, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." So, I pose this question to you. What are 3 things you are grateful for today? Take a moment to pause, reflect, and write them down. In doing so, you may find that gratitude doesn't just enrich your life. It becomes a guiding force, reminding you of the beauty and abundance already within your reach. The art of reflection, a Stoic practice for growth and clarity. In the flurry of modern life, days often blur into one another, leaving us with little time to pause and ask, how am I truly living? Without reflection, our time can slip away, consumed by distractions or habits that don't serve us. The Stoics, ever practical in their wisdom, championed the art of reflection as a cornerstone of a life well lived. For them, reflection wasn't merely a mental exercise, but a disciplined practice to evaluate, adjust, and align one's actions with their values. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditative journal, now known as Meditations, exemplified this practice. He wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." But just as the morning calls for intention, the end of the day invites introspection. Reflection allows us to assess our use of time, identify areas for improvement, and ensure that our actions align with our highest purpose. The significance of reflection. Reflection is a bridge between intention and action. Without it, we risk moving through life reactively rather than proactively. It provides clarity, helping us discern where we've invested our time wisely and where we've fallen short. Seneca, the great Stoic thinker, described his nightly ritual of self-examination. "When the light has been removed and my wife has fallen silent, I examine my entire day and go back over what I have done and said, hiding nothing from myself, passing nothing by." This practice, far from self-criticism, was an opportunity to learn, grow, and live more intentionally. Reflection invites us to confront questions that reveal the truth about how we spend our days. Did I invest my time in what truly matters? Did I act in alignment with my values? Did I let distractions or trivialities consume me? How to practice reflection. Daily. 1. Set aside time. At the end of each day, carve out a few quiet moments for reflection. This needn't be elaborate. A comfortable chair and a notebook are enough. 2. Ask meaningful questions. Consider questions like, "Oh, how did I use my time today? Oh, did my actions align with my goals and values? Oh, what could I have done better?" These prompts help you identify patterns, celebrate victories, and acknowledge areas for growth. 3. Write it down. Capture your reflections in a journal. Writing not only clarifies your thoughts, but also creates a record you can revisit to track your progress over time. 4. Focus on improvement, not perfection. The goal of reflection is growth, not self-criticism. Approach your reflections with curiosity and compassion. Remember Epictetus's words. He who is making progress, even though he may not be very far, is still advancing toward the goal. 5. Turn reflection into action. Reflection without action is incomplete. Use your insights to guide tomorrow's choices. If you noticed wasted time today, plan a more intentional approach for tomorrow. The transformative power of reflection. When practiced consistently, reflection becomes a powerful tool for transformation. It sharpens your awareness, making each day a step closer to the life you aspire to live. It also fosters gratitude, as you become more attuned to the moments of meaning and joy, often overlooked in the rush of life. Imagine ending each day with a sense of clarity, not weighed down by regrets, but empowered by the lessons of your experiences. Reflection turns ordinary days into opportunities for extraordinary growth, ensuring that no time is wasted, no effort misplaced. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Reflection is your guide to becoming that person, a means to align your actions with your ideals and ensure your time is spent in service of what truly matters. So, I leave you with this question. What did you do today that brought you closer to the person you want to become? Take a moment tonight to reflect and let tomorrow be a testament to the clarity you find. Negative visualization, a Stoic tool for resilience and clarity. What if you could turn your worst fears into a source of strength? What if imagining the challenges you dread most could prepare you to face them with calm and courage? This is the power of negative visualization, a practice central to Stoic philosophy. Far from being pessimistic, negative visualization is a transformative exercise that enables us to navigate life's uncertainties with resilience and grace. The Stoics understood that life is unpredictable, full of both joy and suffering. Instead of avoiding unpleasant possibilities, they encouraged embracing them, mentally rehearsing potential hardships to build emotional fortitude. Seneca, the Roman statesman and philosopher, wrote, "The man who has anticipated the coming of troubles takes away their power when they arrive." By imagining worst-case scenarios, we lessen their emotional impact, prepare ourselves for adversity, and cultivate gratitude for the present. It's not about dwelling on negativity, but about gaining perspective and strength. The purpose of negative visualization. Negative visualization serves two main purposes. 1. Preparation for adversity. Life's uncertainties can be paralyzing. What if I lose my job? What if my health fails? What if a cherished relationship ends? Instead of letting these fears fester, the Stoics advise confronting them head-on. By imagining these outcomes, you strip them of their power, transforming fear into readiness. Marcus Aurelius noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." 2. Gratitude for the present. Imagining life without the things you value, a loved one, your home, or your abilities, reminds you of their significance. This reflection deepens your appreciation and fosters a sense of abundance. As Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." How to practice. Negative visualization. 1. Identify what matters most. Start by reflecting on the people, possessions, and privileges you hold dear. Consider how your life would change if they were suddenly gone. 2. Imagine the worst-case scenario. Take time to vividly imagine a scenario you fear. How would you respond if it happened? What strengths or resources could you draw on to endure it? 3. Embrace the impermanence of life. Remind yourself that change and loss are inevitable. This awareness is not meant to cause despair, but to inspire you to cherish what you have now. 4. Reframe fear as opportunity. View your imagined hardships as chances to grow. How could overcoming these challenges make you stronger, wiser, or more compassionate? 5. Return to the present with gratitude. Having contemplated potential losses, bring your focus back to the present moment. Notice and appreciate what is good, secure, and stable in your life right now. The strength. Born from practice. Negative visualization empowers us to face life with poise. When the imagined hardships come to pass, we are less shaken because we have already rehearsed our response. Instead of succumbing to panic, we approach challenges with a sense of calm mastery. Moreover, this practice helps us detach from the illusion of permanence. The Stoics believed that clinging too tightly to external things, be it possessions, status, or relationships, leads to suffering. By acknowledging their impermanence, we develop a deeper sense of inner stability, gratitude, fueled perspective. The unexpected beauty of negative visualization lies in how it enhances our daily lives. When you imagine losing something, you are reminded of its true value. A routine morning with your family, a walk in good health, or even a mundane day at work becomes a gift rather than a given. Seneca articulated this gratitude perfectly. Enjoy present pleasures in such a way as not to injure future ones. By appreciating what you have now, you experience life more fully and guard against the complacency that diminishes joy. As you contemplate this Stoic practice, ask yourself, what is one fear or hardship that looms large in your mind? How could imagining this scenario today prepare you to face it tomorrow? Take a moment to engage with this question. Negative visualization is not about inviting misfortune, but about equipping yourself to handle it. Through this exercise, you might discover that the fears you once avoided hold the key to a stronger, more resilient you. The transformative benefits of living, according to Stoic philosophy. In a world saturated with distractions, pressure, and relentless noise, finding a sense of peace and purpose can feel elusive. Yet, the Stoics, those ancient sages of resilience and wisdom, offer us a timeless guide to living a life of greater clarity, meaning, and fulfillment. By adopting Stoic principles, we can cultivate a more peaceful mind, build deeper connections, and fully embrace the richness of life's fleeting moments. As Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This profound insight captures the heart of Stoicism, the belief that true fulfillment begins within us, shaped not by external circumstances, but by how we choose to respond to them. More. Peaceful mind. One of the most immediate and profound benefits of Stoicism is the cultivation of inner peace. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, stress and anxiety often dominate our mental landscape. We feel the weight of expectations, the fear of failure, and the endless need to keep up with societal demands. The Stoics teach us to break free from this cycle by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This shift in perspective empowers us to approach challenges with calm and clarity rather than being overwhelmed by them. Imagine facing a stressful situation, perhaps a difficult conversation, a missed deadline, or an unexpected setback. Instead of spiraling into worry, the Stoic response would be to pause, reflect, and ask, what is within my power to change here? By channeling our energy into actionable steps and releasing the rest, we free ourselves from unnecessary tension. This practice doesn't eliminate life's difficulties, but transforms how we experience them. With each challenge, we build resilience, cultivating a mind that is not easily swayed by external chaos. Over time, this leads to a profound sense of tranquility, a quiet confidence that no matter what life throws our way, we have the tools to endure. Deeper, more meaningful relationships. In addition to fostering inner peace, Stoicism also guides us toward richer, more authentic connections with others. In a culture that often celebrates quantity over quality, be it friends, followers, or acquaintances, the Stoics remind us of the importance of depth over breadth in our relationships. Seneca, the Roman statesman and Stoic philosopher, advised, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve." This wisdom urges us to seek relationships grounded in mutual respect, understanding, and growth, rather than superficiality or convenience. Stoicism teaches us to approach others with empathy and humility. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they cannot tell good from evil." Far from a cynical view, this reflection encourages compassion. It reminds us that everyone carries their own struggles and imperfections, just as we do. By recognizing the shared humanity in others, we can approach our relationships with greater patience and kindness. This mindset fosters connections that are not only more meaningful, but also more enduring. Instead of being consumed by conflicts or misunderstandings, we learn to focus on what truly matters: trust, respect, and shared values. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to cultivate gratitude within our relationships. By reflecting on the impermanence of life, we come to appreciate the people we hold dear even more deeply. Epictetus wrote, "When you are kissing your child, say to yourself, 'Tomorrow you may die.'" Though stark, this practice reminds us to cherish every moment with loved ones, for none of us are guaranteed another day. A fuller, more purposeful life. At its core, Stoicism is not just about enduring life's challenges, it's about thriving within them. The philosophy invites us to fully engage with the present moment, using it as an opportunity to create value and meaning. Marcus Aurelius frequently urged himself to act with purpose and intention, writing, "Stop whatever you're doing for a moment and ask yourself, am I afraid of death because I won't be able to do this anymore?" This stark reflection serves as a reminder to prioritize what truly matters, ensuring that we don't waste time on trivialities or distractions. By embracing this mindset, we learn to see each day as a gift, a chance to grow, contribute, and connect. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, we take action now, knowing that life's fleeting nature makes every moment precious. Stoicism also teaches us to find joy in simplicity. The philosophy encourages us to let go of the pursuit of excess, whether material possessions, status, or accolades, and to focus instead on what brings genuine fulfillment. This might mean savoring a quiet morning, engaging in meaningful work, or simply being present with a loved one. A life transformed by Stoic principles. When we live according to Stoic philosophy, the benefits ripple through every aspect of our lives. We develop a mind that is steady and resilient, relationships that are deep and meaningful, and a life that is rich with purpose and clarity. This transformation is not an overnight process, but a journey, a daily practice of aligning our actions with our values and embracing the wisdom of the Stoics. It's about choosing, moment by moment, to live with intention, courage, and gratitude. As you reflect on these principles, consider this. What would your life look like if you approached each day with the calm of a Stoic, the depth of a true friend, and the purpose of someone who knows that time is fleeting? Take a moment to imagine that life. Then, ask yourself, what is one small step I can take today to begin living it? Your journey to a more peaceful, connected, and fulfilled life begins now. Living each day fully, the central philosophy of Stoicism. What if today were your last day? Would you approach your choices differently? Would you linger longer over the simple joys of life, express gratitude more freely, or act with greater courage and clarity? This question lies at the heart of Stoicism, a philosophy that challenges us to live with intention, discipline, and gratitude, as if each day were our final one. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher-emperor, captured this sentiment powerfully in his meditations. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. These words are not a call to despair, but an invitation to embrace life with urgency and purpose. The core of Stoicism, living each day as your last. At its essence, Stoicism teaches us to confront the impermanence of life. Instead of fearing the reality of death, the Stoics saw it as a motivator to live well. The knowledge that time is finite sharpens our focus, helping us prioritize what truly matters. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, expressed this wisdom succinctly. How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? His challenge is clear. Life is not a rehearsal. Each day offers an opportunity to align our actions with our highest values, to live fully and authentically. But what does it mean to live each day as if it were your last? It's not about reckless abandon or indulgence. Instead, it's about living with clarity, being present, purposeful, and committed to what matters most. Living with awareness. The first step to embracing this philosophy is cultivating awareness. Far too often we sleepwalk through life, caught up in routines, distractions, or worries about the future. The Stoics remind us that the present moment is all we truly have. Marcus Aurelius urged himself, confine yourself to the present. Understand what happens now and let the rest go. By focusing on the here and now, we free ourselves from the anxiety of what's to come and the regret of what has passed. This practice of mindfulness doesn't mean ignoring responsibilities or challenges. It means approaching them with a clear and grounded mind, fully engaged in the task at hand. Whether it's a conversation with a loved one, a project at work, or a quiet moment of reflection. Giving your full attention to the present enriches the experience and deepens its meaning. Living with discipline. Stoicism also calls us to live with discipline, not as a form of restriction, but as a path to freedom. Discipline allows us to make choices that align with our values, even when they are difficult. Seneca, the Roman statesman and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Time, he argued, is our most precious resource, yet we often squander it on trivial pursuits or fleeting pleasures. Living with discipline means being intentional about how we spend our days. It's about setting priorities, saying no to distractions, and focusing on what truly matters. This might mean dedicating time to personal growth, nurturing meaningful relationships, or pursuing work that brings purpose and fulfillment. Discipline also extends to how we handle adversity. The Stoics believed that challenges are not obstacles, but opportunities to practice virtue. When faced with difficulty, we can choose to respond with courage, patience, or wisdom, strengthening our character in the process. Living with gratitude. Perhaps the most transformative aspect of Stoic philosophy is the emphasis on gratitude. To live each day as your last is to recognize the gifts that surround you and to cherish them fully. Epictetus advised, "Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not, but remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for." This perspective shifts our focus from lack to abundance, helping us see the value in what we often take for granted. Practicing gratitude doesn't require grand gestures. It can be as simple as pausing to appreciate a sunrise, expressing thanks to a friend, or reflecting on the opportunities that each day brings. By cultivating gratitude, we not only enhance our own sense of fulfillment, but also inspire those around us. A life worth living. When we live with awareness, discipline, and gratitude, we create a life that is rich in meaning and purpose. Each day becomes an opportunity to grow, connect, and contribute. The Stoics believe that a life well lived is not measured by external success, but by the integrity of our actions and the depth of our character. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This call to action resonates deeply. It challenges us to move beyond contemplation and into the realm of practice. To live stoically is to embody your values, to face life's uncertainties with resilience, and to make each day a testament to your highest self, an invitation to reflect. As you consider the wisdom of Stoicism, ask yourself, if today were your last, how would you live it? Would you spend it on things that drain your energy, or would you focus on what truly matters? Your relationships, your growth, your contribution to the world. This question is not meant to induce fear, but to inspire action. The Stoics remind us that the power to live a meaningful life lies within us, waiting to be claimed. So, take a moment to reflect. What small step can you take today to align your actions with your values and embrace the gift of the present moment? The choice, as always, is yours.